Today's module is about the speech and language checklist assignment. You're going to be looking for a child that is between the ages of 3 and 7. You don't have to go to a school to do it. You can use your own child or just a child that you know is somewhere between the ages of 3 and 7. No earlier than 36 months, no older than 7. This checklist is not very effective on a child that's older than 7 or younger than 3. And this is a basic checklist. It is not a diagnostic tool that a speech and language therapist would use. It's just a guideline that a teacher can use to kind of assess where a child is basically with their speech and language. Now, we're going to be looking at 3 different areas. The first one is looking at the sounds. The second one is looking at the language itself. And the third one is looking at language behaviors. Now you're going to take the checklist, and the checklist is shown on the screen, but also will be in a link that you can take with you and print and take with you. First we're going to talk about the sounds. A child that is 3 years old should be able to make the following sounds. They should make the sound for P, pup, the sound for W, W, the sound for H, H, the sound for M, M, and the sound for N, N. A child by the time that they're 4 years old should be able to make the following sounds. The sound for B, B, the sound for K, K, the sound for G, G, the sound for D, D, and the sound for Y, Y. A child by the time they are 6 years old should be able to make the following sounds. The sounds for F, the sounds for NG, ng, the sounds for T, T, the sound for R, and the sound for L, ol. A child that might have problems with the development of their palate will probably have problems with the sounds of R, and the sound of L, ol. A child should clearly be able to say the following sounds by the age 7. CH, ch, SH, sh, J, j, S, s, Z, z, V, v, TH, f, BR, br, and TR, tr. Now in the area of language, a child by 2.5 years old should be able to put words in the correct order. So if the child is saying red watermelon, they wouldn't say watermelon red. A child should be able by age 2.5 to use pronouns. Pronouns are words that we use in place of formal nouns. So instead of your name, they might say she or he. Instead of an object, they might say it. They should be able to give people's names by age 3. Children should be able to use plurals and prepositions by age 3. So the plurals may have es or s, and they might say it incorrectly, but they add an s to make sure that it is plural. Prepositions are words that place things somewhere. So if something is on top of something, under it, beside it, if you go through it, those are prepositions. They should be able to tell the schedule and sequence by age 4. Especially if you're in a classroom that has pictures, they should be able to tell which comes first. Obviously they're not reading at age 4, so they recognize patterns. A child should be able to tell an imaginative story about a picture by age 4, and they should be able to speak in adult-like sentences by age 4. Now when we talk about language behaviors, we talk about taking turns. So a child should be able to display an understanding that when they talk with someone, they have to have a turn, and then the other person has to have a turn to speak. Some communication signals also that are language behaviors are making eye contact with the person that they are communicating with, having facial expressions that match what they're saying, using gestures with their hands or their body, and their tone of voice should match their intent. So after you do this assignment and you go through and assess this very basic checklist, I want you to reflect at the end and tell me, what does this conversation tell you about this child? Does it tell you that the child needs help in certain areas or needs further assessment in those areas? Does it tell you that the child is pretty much on average where they're supposed to be? Does it tell you that they are accelerated for their age? What does it tell you? And make notes about that in your assignment.